Hello, this is Dr. James Polito. I wanted to make a quick video showing how to run a MANOVA. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. To satisfy the requirements of this assignment, I'd like you all to put in the data, run an ANOVA, and I want you to pay particular attention to whether the data are homogeneous, and we'll look into that. And then tell me if there's enough significant difference between the groups to be able to run a post hoc. Now, the ANOVA is a very general test that tells the researcher that if there's a significance between the groups that they're comparing, then it's worth their while to continue and do a post hoc test, whether it's an ANOVA or a series of t-tests. So we're going to stop there. We're going to put in all the data, run it, and then we're going to go ahead and check the option for running a post hoc, but we're not going to analyze the post hoc test. So for the purpose of this assignment, I'd like you to walk all the way up to determining whether there's a significant difference between the groups or not. And if there is, just tell me that, at that point you would go ahead and do a post hoc test. So I'm using the data and the study setup from one of our students, Holly, and let's go into variable view. So, and Holly, if you're listening to this, I simplified this a bit. We're not using your data for quarter 3. I eliminated that for now, and we're only looking at your data for quarter 4. And your two dependent variables are English and math test scores, and your independent variables is tutoring, but different types of tutoring. One is lunchtime tutoring, 2 is online tutoring, 3 is independent study, and 4, well, never mind 4, because that was the variable for Q3. So you have 3. Okay, so look up here. Under the names, I put down tutoring. And then it's numeric, but under measure, it's nominal. Okay, so for your two dependent variables, English and math scores, I put down scale. So that's all you have to do in the variable view. Now in the data view, look under tutoring. Here's your coding. 1 is one of your tutoring programs, 2 is another one of your tutoring programs, and 3 is another one of your tutoring programs. You just have to keep in mind what 1, 2, and 3 mean. So, for example, 1 might be the lunchtime tutoring, and 2 might be the online tutoring, okay? So, the next column is English test scores and math test scores following it. So, each row is a case. So in this one, number 10, this individual is receiving tutoring and lunchtime tutoring, and this is his or her score in English, and this is his or her score in math. So that's just for one individual. And we're going to assume for this study that they're mutually exclusive, which is to say that they only participated in one of the 3 different types of tutoring, just for the sake of simplicity. Okay, so from here, you want to analyze it. You want to go to Analyze. You want to go to General Linear to Multivariate. Okay, so your 2 variables here, dependent variables are, well, let me put it back in. Let me back it up a little bit. This is the way you would have it if you first started, okay? So you would have English, math as your dependent variables, and then tutoring as your fixed or independent variable. Okay, and then from here you go to post hoc, and I want to put post hoc tutoring, LSD, and like I said, we'll go into that later. And then for the options, I want to do descriptive, and I want to do homogeneity test. Okay, so hit continue and then hit OK, and this will run your test. As you can see, you have a lot of data here. So I don't want to go into whether it's significant or not. I'd like you to interpret this on your own. You can review the text if you'd like. But Holly, specifically for you, what you were handing in didn't have any values in significance. So there was definitely something wrong in the way you set it up. So for the rest of you, and for you, Holly, I want you to look at the test of homogeneity, which is Levine's test, okay? And if this passes the test, then you look at whether or not there was significance between the groups. If you see any significance between the groups, then you can say it's worth my while to do a post hoc test. And this one kind of already did it for you, and you can go in and interpret that if you'd like, but that's not part of this assignment. Suffice it to say that if there's a significance in between the groups, then it would be all right for you to go ahead. Now, if there's no significance, there's no point in going on. You have to set up, redo the test or set it up in a different way. So I hope this video was helpful. It's very short, but I think it satisfies the requirement of this assignment. If you have any specific questions, please email me, and then I'll post both your question and the answer to the class. Okay, thank you very much.